Hi there, my name is Roxane Webster.
And I'm Keith Alba.
We are the owners and partners of My Home Team at Keller Williams in Lakewood and Golden, Colorado.
That's right. That's us. And we are back for yet another edition of
The Honest Hour.
That's right. This is our opportunity to kind of give you our thoughts and insight on what we see going on with real estate industry and topics adjacent to it, I guess would be it. And we do it in a way where we attempt to keep the politics out of it. And we do it in a no spin zone, except for Roxane's patented chair spin, the only spin you'll see here.
The only spin you'll see here. That's a great tagline. The only spin you'll see is Roxane's chair, which I guess is better than Roxane's head. Right?
Yeah, right. Because what comes after the head spin, right, is just the projectile vomit.
That's right. That's right. A little bit of exorcism.
On a regular basis, if you want to make sure that you get informed and stay up to date on our thoughts and what we're seeing in the real estate market, make sure you drop down there and hit that subscribe button. And just next to it, there's a little bell too, or it'll give you a notification when we do publish our newest one. So hit those two buttons and you'll stay up to date with what we see in the Denver market in regards to real estate.
And boy, that is the topic of our discussion today, isn't it? The Denver market. And my.
It's amazing how many Chicken Littles have moved into the area there recently.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you talk to.
Sky is falling.
Sky is falling is what people are saying. And we'll have more on this later, but it is what it is. And we're going to have a whole vid on economic cycles and real estate, what that does and doesn't mean. But let's take this segment and just drill into what the current state of the market is, and then we'll dice that down a little bit further in our next vid.
Yeah, sure. So what we're seeing here recently is an increase in inventory. As of this week, we are just shy of about 4,000 active units that are on the real estate market right now. What's significant about that is it's about a 4x, so 4 times multiple of what we saw at the beginning of the year. Back in January, February, we were just under 1,000 units, and now we're approaching close to 4,000 units that's there. So we're seeing some more inventory hit the market. If you're a buyer, that's great news for you. Right now, all of a sudden, you're seeing a little bit more options that are out there. Maybe, especially if you're in a position where you had to get into a property, there was a lot of pressure to maybe you're adjusting some of your criteria, or you're making some compromises in what you would accept. Well, now there's a little bit more options that are out there, so you may be able to find that more perfect home for you.
Yep.
So I think the other thing to point out, and with this increase, Rox, is we're moving from a chaotic seller's market to a less chaotic seller's market.
A strong seller's market.
Rather than having to offer your firstborn and a year subscription to Netflix or something to the seller to get them to look your direction with your offer. Now you maybe are one of 2 offers that are coming in. Our month supply of inventory had moved from 0.2 back in that January, February, so less than 1 month's worth of inventory. Now we're sitting at 0.8. So we're still less than 1 month's supply of inventory that's out there. So it's still that seller's market.
Well, and for perspective, a balanced market, that means it doesn't notably favor either the buyer's interests or the seller's interests. And how we calculate this is we take a look at if we didn't put another listing on the market today, how long would it take to sell out, right, of the inventory? Beginning of January, it was 0.2 of a month. That's what, days, right? Now it's 0.8 of a month, which is a few more days, right? A 6-month inventory is considered a balanced market.
That's right.
So what we've gone from is the Hunger Games, where people are, having fist fights on the front yard and breaking keys off in locks so that nobody else can see the house before they get their offer in. To now getting back into a realm where the speed with which your agent gets you into the house, the quality of the contract they write, the brilliant and charming and charismatic and well-informed negotiation skills that they employ actually starts to mean something again.
Right. Yeah, that's absolutely true. It's in, again, I mean, we're seeing some stuff. We're starting to see the interest rates taking effect out there. Whether or not that sticker shock of the buyers is to be determined, right? Is it, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to back out for now and wait to see if these things come down and then get back into the game? Or it may even be for some of them that knocked them out of the qualification purposes or dropped them down in terms of what they can afford now per those underwriting guidelines that's there. So we're now at a point where, like Rox said, your agent's going to matter. If you're on the sell side, getting quality information in regards to pricing the property is going to be vital. No longer is it like, oh, we see the market appreciating and I'm just going to, list this thing $50,000 higher than the last sale and we'll be able to get it. Now there's a lot of pricing strategy that's going to take into place. There was, I thought I wrote it down and I'm looking at my notes. I can't seem to find it right at the moment, but I want to say close to 10% of the properties that were on the market last week saw a price reduction. So that's a new phenomenon that's out there. Yeah. Before it was like, price it anywhere and the market's probably going to come up to you in order to make that price work. So price reductions were minimal to non-existent. And now we're seeing, well, if there was 4,000 active units or close to it, that's almost 400 houses that experienced a price reduction. So they overshot the market, they overpriced it, and now it's sitting on the market waiting for a buyer to come to it.
Well, and I think it's really easy when we see the Chicken Little crowd running around, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. It's easy to take a look at that. Oh, 400 price reductions. That means prices are coming down. Well, and I think that it could mean that prices are easing a little bit or coming down. However, many of you won't remember this. Once upon a time in a world of normal real estate, when you price two houses, if one of them looked like it had dead bodies in the corners and raccoon poop in the garage, it actually was worth less than the one that was updated right next to it, right? So often if you see, when you would see in a neighborhood two houses selling, you looked at that closed data, the differences in the price point was because one was in better condition, or its location was better, or its lot was better, or its proximity to a park was better, therefore it was worth more. And the function of the real estate market we've seen for the past couple of years here is that the only difference in price is which one sold most recently, because most inexperienced agents and all agents, their pricing strategy was, what did the last one sell for? Let's list this one for more. And then it would sell for more, right? Regardless of condition, regardless of those other things, right? So often when you're seeing these price reductions, that doesn't necessarily mean that is a trigger or a sign that the values are dropping, right? We won't say for sure that isn't in part what's happening in some sectors of the market, but what it usually is and probably is a sign that houses that actually the location and the condition of that house, its updates, the way that it's been maintained, are actually becoming factors in the value of that property again.
Yeah. The reality is 77% of the properties that went on the market last week went under contract in 7 days or less. So there's still a lot of competition. There's a lot of buyers that are out there. They're just doing it. I think what we're seeing is it's taking more people coming through the doors to get to the offers. Right now, we're averaging about 12 showings in order to get an offer. So it's positioning, like Roxane was saying, how does your house compare to the houses that are out there, and how do we compensate for some of those factors that Roxane was talking about? Is it updated? Is it not updated? Is it near a busy street or is it not? All those things are going to play a factor now in terms of the pricing, and that pricing is going to determine how many interested buyers are going to come through that door. And the more buyers you can get through that door, the more offers you're going to get. And as soon as you get more offer, now again, you're back in the driver's seat as a seller, and you can leverage those against each other and really start getting favorable terms, which could be price, could be closing date. It could be, picking up closing costs or things along those lines. So experience in a transitioning market like what we're experiencing, what we're seeing is going to be vital. So choose your agent wisely.
Choose your agent wisely. All right, gang, that's what we got this time.
All right, see you on the next one. Make sure you hit that subscribe and the notification bell so you can see our lovely faces when we put out more content.